Happy holidays, everybody. This is Stacy B from Fabulous Sports Forever, and we are now going to be releasing, as promised, our interviews from the Fabulous Sports Forever Irwindale 2022 show. And we're going to be kicking things off here with a great one. So sit back with your warm cup of coffee or hot cocoa and your cookies and enjoy the interview.
Hey everybody, this is me, Stacy B, once again on the main stage, and I have a very special guest. I've been trying to get this guy up on my stage for a couple years now. This is the one, the only, Chip Givens. And
What's going on? How you been?
I'm doing pretty good.
Right on.
Chip. Now, I wanted to talk to you about the car that I just saw. We'll do that one first, and then we'll let everybody know about your other thing that you did. All
Okay,
right?
sounds good.
Okay, so there for all you Pinto lovers out there, Chip is a guy, and if you're in the Pinto world, then you probably know Chip, right? I mean, you're
Well, a lot of
pretty
people
well
know
known.
me from Netflix, racing the Lamborghini with my Pinto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a small thing like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, what did you bring today to Fabulous Sports?
Today I brought my little Pinto. I call it Pint'ito. Yeah, we took a Pinto and we cut the doors out, moved everything forward. So the seat that you see as the front seat now was the back seat, but the back seat is in stock location. We just moved everything forward.
Wait, did you just chop the frame and
Yep,
shorten it?
we chopped it, took the doors out, moved everything forward.
You guys got to check this thing out.
It's got about a 1 foot drive shaft. It's amazing.
a 1 foot drive shaft.
Yeah.
What's powering it?
What's it? Oh, it just still has the 2 liter. The 2 liter because it's so light that to go with a bigger motor at this point would be really more dangerous than it already is.
Do you pick the front wheels up on this thing?
Only when I lean back real fast.
Nice. All right. So that car is out here. So go check it out. It's kind of describe it so people can find it.
It's silver. It's convertible. It's got a nice little roll bar. It has the reverse flames because everyone's always talking about how the Pintos explode. So it's out there. It's back towards where they would be doing the drifting.
Right. Okay. And okay, now I want to get into a little nitty-gritty about the Netflix show, The Fastest Car.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So, like, how did they approach you, or how did you find them? How did that work?
It just worked out. I had one of my buddies, and we always go to the track, and we decided, because I have Mustang SVOs with 2.3 turbo motors, and we just got tired of dealing with all the smog. So I said, hey, you know what? I want to find something that's pre-75 that we can drop these motors in. So he's like, hey, dude, what about a Pinto? And it just brought back a lot of memories for me, because as a kid, that's the first car that I learned how to drive in. My sister had a Pinto. I took it to DMV, and it's the car that I passed my driver's test in. So when he said that, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get a Pinto. That'd be cool. So we ended up getting a Pinto. We put the motor in it, and the thing was a monster. It was so light, and because the horsepower that we were making with that motor, it just made it a monster. We would take that thing places and, make that little side money on the straight, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll strike that in post-production.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then we took it to the track, and there's this thing called Fastest Car, and we got approached for that, and they said, hey, why don't you try out for it? And my daughter, who's all into the whole Facebook, TikTok kind of stuff, and Instagram, she said, you know what, Pops, I'm going to make you a video. He said, so we'll send him a video. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, you're into that? Yeah, I mean, let's make it happen. Yeah. So we made this video, and they literally called me the next day because they saw the crazy little car, and they're like, you know what, we want you. I mean, let's make this happen. I'm like, hey, that'll work.
That's so cool. So when you got the word that you're going to be in it, I mean, how did you react to that?
Oh, I was so excited that I called all my boys, all the homies. I said, look, now we got to get this thing really ready to rock.
All right. So okay. So then you prepare the car. Mm-hmm. So the best of everything that you put on it, right? Or did you just leave it the way it was and you're like, this is
No,
it?
we actually ended up overpowering the car. We made it too powerful. to the point that when we were testing it 3 days before in Fontana, and our last burnout didn't even look like a burnout. So we're like, you know what, let's put it up on the trailer. We got to race this show on Wednesday, so let's put it on the trailer and just let it cool down. And then we ended up taking it to the show, and that day, well, the day of all days, the clutch let us down.
Yeah, I think if anybody's seen the episode, well, make sure you see I think it's still on Netflix.
Yeah, it's still on Netflix,
You can still find the episode. And do you remember which episode number of the show?
It's episode 2 of season 1, Built Not Bought.
Yeah. And you'll see that Pinto lining up and a big story, a real beautiful story that they did for you. I like the way they put that together because they interview.
It's true. It's facts. We literally built it from blood, sweat, and tears, and the money came from me going to the junkyard.
You're right.
We would go to the junkyard, we'd find parts, and we'd sell them so that we could make the money to buy the parts for the car or trade. And so it's real. It's real, and it's funny because I go to the junkyard now, and people see me, and they're like, "Dude, are you that guy from Fastest Car?" I'm like, yeah? What you think, I don't really come to the junkyard? I love the junkyard.
Yeah, I think we've all done that. Like, my car is a car that they don't build parts for. I own a 1990 Ford Probe.
Oh, okay.
So if I need something that's broken on it, I'm probably going to the junkyard.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I tell you about it. It's the man shopping mall. That's where you can find everybody hanging out and having fun.
Yeah.
I consider that fun.
and you know what? It's a great free training course too, because you can learn how to take something apart.
And before you do it to your own car and mess something up, yeah.
Right?
Yep, we do that. We go out there, we practice on other cars, and the great thing is now you have YouTube where you can watch these instructional videos and then go out there and practice. And by the time you touch your car, you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. It's so cool, and I admire you for doing that and being a part of that and representing the Pinto community.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Pintos rock.
And it was built, not bought.
Built, not bought.
That's right. And I bet that Lamborghini guy was like, oh, yeah, I took the win, but I really would have liked to seen what your car could have done.
Well, you know
right?
what the whole controversy was? It wasn't even his car. We were supposed to be racing owners.
Yeah.
And that was a big variable because when you have this big ego and you have all that money and you get out there and you're standing in front of that tree, okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And so he basically sent his friend who also races to go out there, and we're like, wait a minute, that's not how it works. We're supposed to be racing the owner.
Yeah.
So that was one of the big deals about it. And if you notice, all the other owners either they red lighted or something happened because they're not used to racing like we are.
Yeah.
They're not used to that adrenaline rush and being ready to rock and roll.
Right. Now, did you get a chance to race any of the other competitors?
Here's what happened. That was really cool. Is that they called me up, and this is what a lot of people don't know, is that they called me up and said, hey, we're going to have a second chance race for the guys like you and that we felt could have done better. So we went out there, we fixed the car, and my buddies were teaching me, this guy, Lunch Money, he was saying, hey, Chip, you need to learn how to get sponsors. Start calling these people and saying you're on this show, and they'll help you out. You'll get the stuff for free. You see these nitrous bottles? I got them free. I'm like, what, really? So I'm like, okay, so I started making the phone calls, and sure enough, it was just like, where do we send it? I'm like, what? So I'm like, oh my gosh, so I got another clutch, I got a bigger turbo, we had all this stuff, and this car was ready.
Yeah.
And what happened was, they're supposed to come out, and they have to check your vehicle before we take it out there for the next race.
Okay, like a safety check?
A safety check.
Okay.
So they come out, they call me up, say, hey, we're going to be there tomorrow. I'm like, okay, bring it on. I'm ready. Right? So hours later, they call me and say, hey, we've decided to cancel the race because something happened in one of the episodes, and we need to cover the liability on this guy's car, which was a good guy that I know in the area, this guy named Abel, who had a Mazda. And he got sideswiped by this guy in an electric car.
Oh, wow.
So, they had to help him out. And I understand that completely. But I'm sitting here in the backyard, cussing away because I've got this car, and the way it works is with the sponsors is they want their sticker on your car in a certain spot, and it better be seen on TV,
Right.
or they have your credit card on file. So if you're not telling the truth, all of a sudden it's like, boom, you get billed for it,
Oh, yeah.
right? So I told him, you know what? We're talking about $6-7 grand worth of parts. How am I supposed to cover that? Oh, I'm going crazy,
That's
right?
a lot of trips to the junkyard.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I said, no. And they said, you know what? Don't worry about it, Chip. Just send us the invoices. So I'm like, whoa, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a big deal now. So now I'm on the street with the car, and there's the guys that are out there saying, hey, oh, that's the guy who he has his clutch failed him on Netflix. Let's get a piece of him. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Bring it.
Yeah, you think you were, you could take the car before, and
Yeah,
now that you have all the
it's
goods on it.
Yeah, now it's welcome to your gaptism.
That's so awesome. People underestimate the Pinto in general, and that thing is so light. You just add a little bit of power to it, and you'll feel it. You'll add a lot of power to it, and I bet it's like...
It's a nightmare. Now as powerful as it is, if I look up and see a rain cloud, we're not taking that thing on the street.
Yeah, I bet.
Because it'll send you in a full 360 if you're not careful.
Whew.
Yeah.
It takes a driver to drive these things, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So what do you have planned next?
Well, next, we're waiting for that phone call again if they have another season. We're hoping that they'll have a season of redemption.
So how it works is number of views, right? Is that how it works to get another season?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody out there listening to this, what do you tell them?
Definitely start telling them that you want to see another fastest car.
Yeah.
I personally just want it to be mostly just sleepers. I like the whole sleeper idea and getting to know the sleeper characters. Mm-hmm. And I hope they do come out with it again. Maybe give it a little bit of a twist.
That'd be cool. So most everybody out there has Netflix. So just go on there and put some stars on it.
Yeah,
right?
put some stars on it.
Put some stars on it. Watch all the episodes.
Tell
2 or 3
Netflix you want to see it again. Yeah.
Let's get another season, because man, I want to see the upgrade, the Gen 2 version.
The Gen 2 Evil, ready to go.
of your Pinto, and you got a cool license plate on it too, right?
Oh yeah, it says Evil Pinto right on it.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Dude, you've been so awesome. Thank you very much, Chip.
I appreciate the time.
I appreciate you finally getting up here and me being able to do this interview with you. And my husband's a fan of the Pinto. You guys talked before, and his license plate says Evil SVT.
Oh, nice.
Because he's got a 2001 Cobra. So
Cool.
So he's the other evil license plate.
Cool. Well, again, thank you for the opportunity to sit down with you and tell you a little about what we did.
One last thing, if you want anybody to get a hold of you or anything like that, you have like a media,
I have
social media
my
and
Instagram is evil_Pinto.
There we go, nice and simple.
Yep.
Evil_Pinto. Well, thanks again, Chip, so much, and I'm going to give you a little parting gift.
All right, that's what I like. Definitely.
There you go, a little
Thank you
Ford.
much.
It's a little vacuum cleaner. Can you believe that?
I definitely need that, especially with all the leaves blowing into the car while I'm driving now.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you very much, Chip. Appreciate it.
Thank you.